I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live. Today is May 14th, and we've had some fucking technical problems, but we got them resolved, we think. But on this day in 1963, Poison guitarist C.C. DeVille was born in Brooklyn, New York. And also on this day in 1956, if you remember back that far, Buddy Holly's optometrist had him try contact lenses, but Holly decides he didn't like them and stuck with his famous glasses. I'm so glad you guys chose to hang out with us this evening. We are starting a little bit late. We had some technical issues, but you know, those things happen, and we just roll with it. So I got a little bit of a late start, but we are here for the next hour. So we do appreciate you guys hanging in there, joining us on these Tuesday. Did I say Thursday a while ago?
No, I don't remember. I think you said Tuesday.
Well, I can't remember. Well, now we got a Tuesday show. We got a Thursday show. We can't add any more shows.
Yeah, I think you said Tuesday.
I can't keep track of them as it is. But we are at Vocal Media Studios in the beautiful city of Dallas, Texas. You know, this show happens at 7:30 Central Standard Time for our buddies out in Prague every freaking Tuesday. And this show features cover tribute talent as well as Alyssa's Art Shit segment. And my breaking freaking news and our local concert calendar. So I want to let you know, though, that this show is sponsored by The Zoo.
The Zoo.
On Vocal.
The world's best rock and roll, and it can be streamed 24/7, 365 at vocalnow.com. Whether you guys create music or some other form of art, or would like to be featured on one of my shows, or would like to sponsor or advertise, or maybe you have an idea or comment, drop me a line at dc@barsidejive.com. All right, here we go. We are the home to the unbelievable and the absurd, and always true, news that you won't get anywhere else because we're not afraid. We are totally unafraid. Here we go. A police dog that joined the security team at an Arkansas high school was awarded a high honor, a photo in the yearbook with the rest of the faculty. The Bryant Police Department posted a photo to Facebook showing a page from the Bryant High School's yearbook. The page features photos of the faculty and staff, among them K-9 School Resource Officer Maya Tarvin. So it looks like one of Bryant PD's finest school resource officers made the Hornet yearbook this year. Good job, Maya. You are representing the PD with pride. Hornet pride, the post said. Yeah. We had a picture, but...
Yeah, that's part of the tech problem.
Yeah. So... Anyway, all right, we got one more little story for you guys, and I know you've been looking forward for this one, and the video was freaking badass, but ain't happening. Doctor finds spider building a nest inside the man's ear. A Chinese doctor shared a video of the unusual cause of a patient's ear discomfort, a spider building a nest inside his head. The video, filmed at a hospital in Yangzhou, Jiangsu province, shows the inside of an ear belonging to a patient identified by the surname Li. Li came into the hospital complaining of discomfort in his ear, and the doctor looked inside to discover a small spider was building a nest inside the man's ear canal. The doctor said the spider was too small and fast to be grabbed using tools, but hospital staff were able to use water to flush the arachnid out of the patient's ear. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, well, he needs to clean his ears every now and then.
Hey, you know what? I mean, they like use candles now, right, to remove the wax.
I don't know how that works.
Why wouldn't that remove the spider?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't want anybody
It was
sticking candles in my ear either.
Well, it was a great video, and if I could have showed it, you would really appreciate it. I mean, it was better than last week's video, but here we go.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, thanks in advance for the nightmares.
yeah. You'd really appreciate the video. It's a lot of work went into it, actually. Our guest on the show today is Jimmy Adcock, guitarist for the Surfers, Snakeskin Cowboys, a Ted Nugent tribute, Nitrate, Infestation, a Rat tribute, one of the 3 G-Amigos, and owner of the Arlington School of Music. Welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you, DC.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. It's been a while.
Has been?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we chatted. We actually were at an event together in Arlington not long ago, right?
Arlington, yeah.
Yeah.
Saw you at the Dallas Guitar Show a few weeks back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the guitar show too, man. We're just popping up all over the place, aren't we?
Yeah, we got to hang out with the mayor of Arlington.
Yeah.
Weeks before that. So
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And he
all
got
the
elected
happening
again.
places. That's
He
right.
he did.
Yes.
I think we rubbed off
Reelected.
on him.
That's right. Thanks to the Snakeskin Cowboys. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys had a great set.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was a good way to kick off the afternoon.
Good show. Yeah, great venue. Were you able to walk around a little bit and check it out?
Yeah. That was my first time. I mean, I live like just right down the street from there.
Oh, no way.
A mile away. But it's pretty
Wow.
amazing how much the downtown area has been revived over the past couple of years.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Done a lot of work down there.
Yeah. And
And-
more to come.
Yeah, they're doing a lot more. Yeah, that I definitely want to go back down there and hang out. Those venues down there, those restaurants, are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me what you're working on. I know you're as I said, you're in a lot of different bands. To kind of update us on what the progress is on these different projects.
Well, let's see. Of course, the Snakeskin Cowboys, Ted Nugent tribute. We've coming up on, I guess, 2 days ago. I think we celebrated our first performance. Last year's Texas Jam Music Festival hosted. I think you were there for that, right?
Yeah.
From Michael and Swastika Jam
I
Magazine.
think that's where I met you.
I think it was.
Yeah.
We were doing the judging the Eddie Van Halen guitar contest.
Right.
So yeah, that was that band kind of came about due to Michael. He was putting together the Jam Festival and wanted a Ted Nugent tribute. Dallas being the tribute capital of the world, I just assumed there already was one.
Right, right.
He asked me if I knew it. I was like, well, there's got to be one. So
Yeah.
we looked around on Facebook and for a little while and couldn't find one. And he said, Jimmy, he goes, you be Ted Nugent. And I'm like, go to sleep, Michael. You're done. Went to sleep, woke up the next morning and thinking, why the hell not? I love Ted Nugent. I went
Right.
through a phase in my late teens, in the early 90s and everything. I was just obsessed with Ted Nugent, and I thought, well, my surfer guys, that's who's in the band with me, my bass player, Bruce, or Bricktop, he goes
Right,
by,
right.
and then a singer, Vinny.
Right.
And I think, man, they should be into it. Yeah, how could they not like Ted Nugent too, And they were. So we just, we picked up Christian, the drummer, and started rehearsing, and that gig went well. And we just decided to keep it going. I mean, it's one of the funnest bands I've ever been a part of in all my years of playing. It's like every time
Really?
we just hit that first chord and start into whatever the opening song is, it's like, man, this is just so fun to play,
Right.
And I can see why Ted is still rocking at 70 and kicking ass on the road. I mean, to play those songs every night, it's just full of energy and everyone loves it. The crowd loves it. All these. I didn't really know what the response would be. It's kind of a polarizing figure outside of music.
Right.
And we've had just people coming out of the woodwork. I get so many comments anytime I'm wearing a Ted Nugent shirt or we do a gig. There's almost always somebody comes up and tells us a cool story about how Ted Nugent was their first concert. And I love hearing those stories. That's
Oh
cool,
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
We got a great show I'm really excited about coming up on June the 1st at Hat Tricks.
Oh, okay.
It'll be our first time playing there. That's been one of my favorite venues going back for years, since when Coach Joe Avazano owned the place.
Oh, okay.
And the Cowboys, I used to go see a lot of shows there, and it's become really one of the premier venues for tribute bands. And so
Awesome.
really excited to have a chance to play there. We're going to be there on June the 1st with Texas Flood, the great Tommy Katana.
Oh yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
saw
man.
them just the other night.
Man, that dude just crushes it,
Right,
So
right.
really great. I mean, I think there's going to be a really awesome, night of guitar,
Right.
guitar-driven tributes. So,
Right, right. I saw them the other night, and of course, I've known Tommy and Travis and Steve for a while, and but I didn't. Steve wasn't playing with them the other night. Is Steve still?
I don't know. I mean,
And
they
heard.
play so much, they play
Yeah.
4 or 5 nights a week.
Yeah,
So
he may have-
oftentimes, you just have to get a pickup
Get a sub.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
real common.
Yeah. I just I've never seen them without those 3 guys,
Yeah.
so I was wondering if everything was cool. But that'll be a fun show then. Yeah. So what else you got going on?
Well, my other band, aside from the tributes, I do the Infestation and Rap tribute. We've been together for, I think it's almost 5 years now, and that's always a great time. We play, 4 to 6 shows a year.
Right.
And it's great reliving that stuff too. I mean, I grew up in the '80s, so Warren DeMartini,
Round
guys like
and
George
round.
Lynch are one of my favorite guitar players. So
Yeah.
it's awesome when we get together and get to jam on that.
Right.
But aside from the tribute stuff, I'm an original artist too.
Right,
Always
right.
got to have an original band. So I've got 2 of those. I've got Nitrate, original metal band. We've been together for about 3 years. Just put out our first CD, self-titled CD, about a year ago.
Well, dude, you need to come. You need to bring that on to my Thursday show,
Let's do it.
because we just focus on original music on that show. So you need to
Yeah, man.
you need to bring in and if
We'll get our singer Allie and drummer Taco in here.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk about that.
Yeah.
Got some big shows coming up for them too.
Let's plan that.
Okay.
So anyway, sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to throw that out there before I forgot.
Right on. Yeah, we're playing. Our next show is June the 29th. It's at the Ridgely Theater.
Oh,
Fort Worth,
okay.
And
Cool.
it's with Tier, long-running band from the '90s, original band. They're celebrating their CD reissue. They actually are repackaging their all their material from the late '90s into one CD. It's got their I think the CD was called Illusions. It's got all their songs off of that, plus all their demos they had done, prior and post that, all on one album. It's
Right.
getting reissued from a label in Europe, I believe.
Wow.
So we're going to be on that bill with them, and then The Strangers, which was a really popular band, on the original circuit back in the late '90s. I did a lot of shows with them back in the Seventh Veil days, one of my original bands back through the '90s, early 2000s.
Right. Okay.
And then, my long-running Texas blues, rock, country band's called the Texas Surfers.
Right.
And that's kind of, I've had that band off and on since probably '93. It's the first incarnation, being a bass player, just kind of went around to all the blues jams locally. We'd just pull out the Dallas Observer or the whatever it was back then. I'm sure Jam Magazine, Buddy, and we would just go
Buddy.
through and go, okay, there's a blues jam on Sunday night at JJ's, and Monday night was at the Greenville Bar and Grill, and I think Tuesday was the Bone, and Wednesday was Fatso's in Arlington, Thursday Schooners, and we just kind of did that circuit, me and him, going to kind of cutting our teeth and trying to learning, and
Right.
we'd get up and do 2 or 3 songs and all that. So I reformed that band in like 2005 or 6 with my current guys, Bruce and Vince and Scott.
Right.
And I'm just so all over the place musically. I kind of need all these projects to kind of almost stay focused and just it just continuously gives me something to work on and work towards getting better.
Right.
So that band is kind of feeds my appetite for the improvisation and blues and like the Texas country and rock, kind of the psychedelic guitar rock, but it's all kind of combined together, with our originals, and then we do some select covers of some of my favorite artists from Texas.
Right.
So yeah, between that and then the music school, I teach lessons all through the week. I've had the school since 2001. Kind of finishing up our 18th year.
Wow.
And we do guitar, piano, drums, voice, violin.
How many instructors do you have?
Got 12 instructors. I think I'm hiring a new one next week, so we'll have over a dozen.
Wow.
And that's great. That's kind of I love doing that. I've been teaching since almost as long as I've been playing the guitar. I started teaching lessons. I think I've been playing guitar for about 6 months, and my guitar instructor at the time was taking lessons at Grand Prairie School of Music. And my instructor went on the road for a couple of weeks with the band he was with, and asked me if I would sub for him for a few weeks. And I kind of thought he was crazy. It's like, I've only been playing for 6-8 months. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man. He goes, you're as good as all these other guys taking lessons. He's like, this guy's working on a Bon Jovi tune, this guy's doing a Pink Floyd song, this guy's working on Hendrix. So I'm like, man, I'll give it a try, you know, if you think I can do it. And so I did that and found I really liked it. You know, I kind of learned a lot from it, you know.
Right.
So I started teaching some kids in school around that time, a few years younger than me in high school. And then about a year later, my teacher got transferred to another music store and wanted to focus just on retail. So he offered me the teaching position, and I started doing that, and again, I loved it. You know, never knew what anybody was going to bring in. You know,
Right.
sometimes I was maybe 5 minutes better than the student that was coming in. They knew what they wanted to work on, and I'd grab a book or listen to it, kind of figure out the song, and just good enough to kind of help them through it. But man, I learned so much over the years, stuff that
Right.
I've never probably explored on my own had I not been asked to learn. And it's still that
Right.
way today. You know, my students, I've got almost 30 guitar students. And
Wow.
they're from, you know, as young as like 6 years old on up to, you know, retired adults, and they're into everything, you know, everything from, you know, it could be Taylor Swift to AC/DC to Metallica. You know, I've got a recital coming up, two recitals this weekend, and I've got students playing, you know, Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, Racer X, Taylor Swift, you know, the Beatles, you know, everything in between. So, every day is different for me, so I
Right.
look forward to teaching every day and just doing the school thing. So
Right. And that's awesome. You know, I recently had the honor to judge the Battle of the Bands over in Six Springs Tavern.
oh right, yeah,
You know, and all those kids, I think they have to be between 14 and 19 years old. And so many of them have to actually be still enrolled in school. And there were, I can't remember, probably 7 or 8 bands. And, oh my God, they were so talented. You know, varying levels, but musically they were so talented. But some of them just had this amazing stage presence that you would typically only see from an older
right,
older person, you would think. But oh my God, at that age, they were just out there. I mean, their stage presence was huge. And I mean, everyone, even the bass player, I mean, they were all totally
yeah, that's awesome, man.
into the music, and it was awesome. So I had a great time, and I look forward to seeing the finals at this coming Saturday.
Yeah,
If we don't get rained out. But there was some amazing talent. I just blew me away. Never would have thought that I'd see that level of talent in kids that age.
Right.
But I guess they just get younger and younger.
yeah, man. My wife's grandson, you know, my grandson now by marriage,
Right.
he's 5. His name's Jackson. You know, he's kind of Facebook famous. He's got a big following on Facebook now, but
Right.
he's been playing the guitar since he was 2. Like, he's not your
Wow.
normal kid. He started out
Wow.
watching Kiss videos,
Yeah.
and now his favorite guitar player for the past several years has been John 5.
Yeah.
You know? And he's got to meet him twice. You know, from, you know, my band Nitrate's opened for him the past 2 times at Trees, and he's done the meet and greet.
Right.
And I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, he'll come home from school and he doesn't play video games. You know, he doesn't play with mini toys. He's into wrestling now and everything, but really he picks up his guitar, puts on YouTube, and just watches like John 5 and Rob Zombie and Motley Crue videos until it's time for bed.
Wow.
And that's his routine, like every day of the week. And he actually performed in his kindergarten talent show a few weeks ago. He played a John 5 song with his guitar. You know,
Wow.
his hands are almost big enough where he can start fretting chords, but he has watched these videos so much that he's memorized every finger movement on the right hand. If you're watching from behind, watching him play, it sounds like he's playing the actual song.
Yeah.
You know, and he's all the little tricks and the tapping
Yeah.
stuff. He was a big hit at the guitar show he was with me
Right.
when we saw the other day.
Right. Cool
Sat down,
kid.
and a guy was like, you know, he's kind of started messing with this guy's guitar, and he's like, hey, let me show you something. So this guy starts doing some finger tapping, and he's like, you know, hands the guitar to Jackson. He's like, what do you think about that? And he just picks it up and starts. He's been watching John 5 do that for like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
So he knew what was going on.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that kid has more stage presence and charisma than, you know, in his 5 years than what I've been able to muster in 25 years of playing around everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
that's something wasn't natural at. You know, it's been
Learned.
a constant thing. I mean, not an outgoing person. And at 5 years old, I mean, he's just goes up there and just puts on a show. You know? So he's going to be incredible to watch him evolve and everything. But it's great seeing kids. You know, there's so many distractions nowadays, you know, with everything, you know, the online gaming and, you know, YouTube and all that. Attention spans are shorter and shorter, but to still see so many kids that are into wanting to play and make music with real instruments.
Right.
You know, that's the thing too. You know, everything's gone so much more electronic and digital, and the beats and all that. And that's all great. You know, my son, he's got his own studio. He does like music production and it's a lot of hip hop. And
Oh,
you know,
wow,
he's built
okay.
up. He asked me for some recording equipment for his 16th birthday.
Yeah.
And he just like off to the races he went. You know, studying stuff on YouTube videos, and within like 3 or 4 months, he was doing his own sessions, and he's built up a really good clientele of customers and recorded. I think he's recorded like 200 and something songs on his own just over the past 2 or 3 years. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, there's definitely a market for that too. You know, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
to see the still the real electric acoustic guitars, instruments, and everything. You know, kids into that. That's great. And
Right.
so many kids into, you know, the classic bands. That's the thing that still kind of blows me away, is like when, you know, we were younger, when I was starting out, we had our bands. You know, I know you're a Zeppelin guy. You know,
Right.
for me, I was like 10 years behind you, and I was into, you know, Motley Crue and Van Halen, Doc, and all that.
Right.
And that was, you know, my bands. Like, you know, yours was, you know, Zeppelin, Doors, everything.
Right.
But there was that kind of big gap there in the 90s where it became kind of unpopular to be a great musician again. So there was kind of this big gap to where now kids that are, you know, 10, 14, 17, you know, they're actually still looking up to the same people we looked up to. There's not that kind of separation there was back then, to where, well, these are my bands and this was like the older generation. You know, just even when I was into, you know, Motley Crue and everything, you're thinking, you know, Zeppelin and Clapton, those guys were only like 10 years before that.
Right.
Now we're 30 years past when I started, and kids are still coming in wanting to learn Ozzy and Maiden and Sabbath and AC/DC and Zeppelin and the Beatles. I mean, I have at least 4 kids in the recital this weekend that are playing Beatles songs.
Wow.
You know, and that's not by me saying, hey, you should check this out. This is them coming to me and going, hey, I want to learn. I've got one girl, I think she's 15, and we've learned probably half the Beatles catalog over the past year of her doing lessons. I mean, she goes to see every Beatles tribute band around. She's like, her family's really supportive. They've taken her all over the state to see these different touring Beatles tribute bands. And she's just, you know, she's just got this. She bought a George Harrison model guitar from one of the guitar players of local. I can't remember which Beatles tribute it was.
Yeah.
But it's the graffiti painted guitar that he made famous.
yeah.
You know.
Wow.
So yeah, and like I say, she's like 15, I think.
Wow.
And Ashley, you know, she's great. You know, she started on violin and kind of, you know, did that for a year or so, and then decided she wanted to play the guitar and just took off like that. Guitar was her thing.
Yeah. Now, did you start out with the guitar?
I did. I got kind of a late start. I didn't start till I was almost 17.
So you never played any other?
I played the trumpet, but I mean,
Okay,
you
that's
know,
what I was looking
in middle
for.
school band, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody played the trumpet.
Yeah.
I wanted to play the
Well,
drums.
not everybody, but you wanted to play the what?
I wanted to play the drums.
Oh God. Okay.
But I had no rhythm. You know, I went to they did the little thing with the band director where you do the like Simon Says thing and you're kind of copying him, and within like 3 seconds he's like, you might ought to try the tuba or the trumpet. You know, so yeah. I still wish I was a drummer, but man, I have no rhythm when it comes to that.
Let me tell you. So this morning, right? I'm having this interview with Don Brewer from Grand Funk Railroad, right? You know, he's been the drummer since day one, and he started out. His mother made him play the clarinet, of all instruments, made him play the freaking clarinet, and so like he was like, as soon as he, you know, got a break and didn't have to play anymore, you know, he didn't, and then he went into drums, and so I had such a similar story because, you know, when I was a young guy, I remember setting up boxes, and I got a tambourine somewhere. And so, like, I got some drumsticks, and I would be in my room just banging the shit out of everything I could that make a noise. And I totally was into that. So I want to be a drummer, right? So, like, when I went to I guess junior high, you know, I wanted to play drums, and so they said, well, you got to join the band. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to junior high band, and well, I'll tell you, my mother made me play the piano for a couple of years, but anyway, so I went to junior high band and told Mr. Jalefka that I wanted to play the drums, and he goes, we got a bunch of them, and he said, like, you know and he goes, you know, we don't have a spot, but I tell you what, if you'll play something else, as soon as we have a spot, you know, we'll put you in there, and I'm like, oh man, okay, what can I play? He goes, well, I really need a trombone player. And I'm like, okay, what's that? And so he shows me this big ad, I'm like, oh man, that's not cool at all. I want to be cool. This is not cool. But he said, if you'll do it, when I get a spot, I'll try to plug you in. Try to plug you in. Well, so that lasted for 2 years, and they were still trying to plug me in. So I'm still playing the trombone, right? So I got into high school and tried out for the high school band and made it, and then I quit because they wouldn't let me play drums, and I wasn't going to go 4 years hoping I could. No, right. So I blew it off. But anyway, it's funny that everybody starts something, and some people pick up the guitar and it's the first instrument they play. But it was funny that Don Brewer, such a badass on drums, was started out with the clarinet and you the trumpet. Yeah, I wanted
to play drums so bad. We'd go to like the band competitions, the other schools and everything, and I would actually. I'd saved up my lunch money for a few days and had one of the drummers in the band like buy me a set of drumsticks from the school,
right.
So I could walk around the campus, the competition with drumsticks in my back pocket, so nobody would think I played the trumpet.
Right.
It's just not cool to play.
No,
I didn't think it was cool to play the trumpet.
No, you should have played the trombone. That fucker was a lot longer. I mean, with that slide out, you could knock somebody in the next room. But that's funny. Well, tell me, where is your school located in Arlington?
Yeah, we're actually in the Dalworthing and Gardens area.
Okay.
It's like this one little square mile community there in the kind of the west part of Arlington. I'm actually right down the street from Don Bagg's old house.
Yeah.
Right there near Arkansas and Bowen. I've been there since 2007.
Yeah.
Started out before that. I had the school located out of a church in southeast Arlington.
Is that Pantego Sound? Is that building still there?
No, it's not. They have soccer fields now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's right around the corner from
where that was.
A couple of football fields across from where my school is.
Yeah,
that was where I did my first recording session too with the Surfers back in 1993. The original version. We did our first demo there at Pantego Sound. Yeah.
Who was running it?
It was still. I think it was still owned by Jerry.
Did he?
Father.
Okay.
It was Doug Leak. I think is the guy that did our session.
Yeah.
I can't remember when that went out.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, it's all soccer fields now.
Yeah, I haven't been over there in forever, so I didn't even know what it looked like over there.
Yeah, it's a nice area. It's all still, aside from the soccer fields, it probably still looks kind of similar. But it's once they redid Arkansas back about 10 years ago, that really helped out a lot. And then they expanded Bowen all the way down to 20 because it used to be kind of just a little winding country road.
Right,
it was hard to maneuver around there. Big
we
ditches on the side and everything. But that really has helped around there. A lot of private schools and academies around there too now.
Yeah. I haven't been over there. We used to ride horses down there on South Bowen. And haven't been over there in forever. But yeah, it was pretty rural.
Right, yeah.
But heck, I remember when south of 20 there was nothing but pastures.
Right.
So got a little allergy thing here going on. I should eat more kale. I should up my kale intake. Probably if I would eat more kale, then I would be healthier, right?
Probably so. I didn't even know when you first asked me that the first time we hung out on doing the Jamigos thing.
Oh, at Strokers.
The Strokers, yeah.
I
didn't even know what the heck you were talking about. But all along, I didn't realize I'd actually been eating it all along because me and my wife, kind of had gotten on like a salad kick, and I'd go to the store getting what we normally get, the big packages of. I'm just thinking it's all lettuce,
Yeah.
And it's like it says kale. I'm like, well, I'll be damned,
Yeah.
I've been eating kale all along.
Yeah, it
You've
really
the wrong
exists.
answer.
Yeah, and it sucks.
I mean, you put enough stuff on it,
If you hide it. You don't know what's there. Maybe if you put enough dressing on it,
right?
Actually, you can grind it up in a smoothie, and you don't even know it exists. But yeah, just
Except
eating
for
it.
the color.
Yeah, just eating it raw. Yeah, just eating it raw sucks. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it is healthy, right? Because they say iceberg lettuce has like no nutritional value at all, 0. Just a filler.
Fiber.
And I guess. And it lasts like an hour, then you're hungry again. But, we should have a health segment on this show and talk about weird shit like that, like kale. Right?
Yeah.
But my sinuses are like freaking jacked up. I was fine yesterday, and today I wake up and it's like, all messed up. So tell me, if people want to book one of your bands, you got so freaking many of them. I mean, is there one place to go to?
You can just.
Are you doing separate pages on all of them?
Yeah, I have a separate page for all of them. I mean, yeah, you can just hit me up on my personal Facebook, just Jimmy Adcock. You can send me a message on that. Or, if you go to any of the band Facebook pages for Snakeskin Cowboys or Texas Surfers or Nitrate, you can, send a message that way. So I'll respond to all of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you can send an email to the music school. It's info@arlingtonmusicschool.com, and I'll answer there too.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to play an instrument.
That's right, yeah.
Guitar, piano,
drums, voice, violin, viola, cello, saxophone, clarinet, oboe, ukulele. I think that's...
No trombone?
Hey man, we need a trombone instructor. So here's your chance to break it out of the closet.
Oh no, hell no! It's not even. We got rid of that thing long time ago.
Yeah, I rarely get any calls for any brass instruments.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you know why? Because everybody wants to be a drummer.
That's right. Yeah, and a guitar player.
Yeah. And they don't buy them; they just rent them because they know that.
Right.
This is going to be a short run on the trombone. But well, I'm glad you're doing so well. And like I said, at that event, Texas Husky Rescue event there in Arlington, you guys were so on. It was great to see you guys open that show and kind of set the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah, we like being the first band.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you do. You set the tone for the rest of the day. I mean, you had everybody pretty energized, awesome. And yeah, it was a great show, and the weather was great that day, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, because it rained the whole week, and it's like, man, my allergies were like nuts.
Oh, were they?
Week. Yeah, and I woke up that morning like at 7:00. I couldn't even talk, and I was like, oh man, no. And it's like it's an early show. We were playing at 1:00. It's not like I had all day long to try to recover. And so it was my wife made me some tea, and I've got like the Vicks and everything going on.
Right.
And, got out in the sunshine and
got
cleared me up enough at least to get through the day. I was still, kind of.
I would have never known that.
But it was a great day. But for that week, was really crappy all week.
Yeah, I'd have never known that. I'd never known. So, anything else going on?
Oh man, that's quite a bit of stuff I got.
I know. You really do. You stay really busy.
I do, it's like I have a night off, and then it's like I don't know what to do with myself this weekend. It's like, because usually even if I'm not playing, I'll try to go out and see other. I've got so many friends that play in all bands, originals, covers, so I feel like I should be out supporting them too.
Well, that's my deal. There's so many out there that I'm friends with, and it's like I'd like to go hear them all. It's just hard to. That's just so many. It's just hard to get around. And I was going to ask you, so. Do you have like one of your projects that you're involved in that you enjoy more than the others? I mean, that you really...
Man, it's like it would seem like a cliche answer, but it really is like the one I'm playing with at that moment. Because there'll be times where I'll have like maybe a couple of months downtime with one of the bands. So I've got so many songs I got kind of juggling in my head at any given time, not counting what I do in lessons all week. I never know what I'm going to be teaching all week. So like with the Surfers, I mean, we usually are the only band on a given night, so that's about 35 songs that we're playing on a regular gig night. And then with Nitrate, that's usually original band with just 45-minute sets with 3 other bands. And then Infestation, we have about a 20-song set list, and then Nugent, we're adding new stuff to that all the time, so I think we're up to about 20-25 songs with that. So at any given time, I got like 75, 85, 90 songs that I've got going through my head, and there'll be times to where I'll have a break between like 2 months of not doing a gig with one of the bands, and so I'll have to kind of go back and relearn some of that. It's not like I don't forget all of it, but there's some parts, if I don't stay on top of it, I'll forget a little bit in piece, and I'll be like, I don't really miss that band. I'm kind of into doing this now. But then when I start working on that, I'm like, man, I have kind of missed this, and now I'm like really into it again.
Right.
But they each kind of, feed a different part of my personality and what I enjoy. So yeah, hard to answer. It really is. Like whenever I'm playing with Nitrate, it's like, man, I'm so into that, and it's just something different than what I do in the Surfers, because that's more like the blues and the country and all that.
Right.
When I'm playing with the Surfers, again, that's so different from Nitrate. That I've got the mandolin that I play in that band. I've got all the little country stuff, to where I can kind of revisit my hee-haw roots from my childhood, and I'm doing all the chicken picking. I'm really into that, so that gives me the opportunity to play that and explore the blues stuff. Favorite guitar player of all time is Chris Duarte. I've seen that guy probably almost 100 times since 1994.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that.
Great
those elements into. You did a interview with him and Beth, right? Beth Lee.
Yeah, Beth. Yeah. They do that. They come up here fairly regularly.
Six Springs, yeah.
Breakups. Beth Lee and the Breakups.
And with Chris, Chris has been doing his thing for years.
Yeah.
Touring around and everything, and I know he's got a thing with Beth now and everything, but I think when I first saw him do that, it was a departure from his normal thing.
Right.
Now she's more kind of rockabilly country.
Right.
And I think it really gave Chris a new avenue to explore a different style of playing. Like
Right.
you can still tell it's Chris when he's doing it, but he is playing a little different style.
Right.
And that's what I love about all these different projects. I really don't know. It's taken me a long time to get all this going and kind of juggling. But now, if one of them kind of fell to the wayside, I would miss it, because each of them are so different.
Yeah.
I love them all.
It's like your puzzle's complete with them all in play.
It is, yeah.
You were to lose one and be like, oh shit, my piece is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wish I had time to do more. There's so many there. I get some offers from other, bands and tributes I think would be really fun. I've been kind of doing the tribute thing off and on since it kind of exploded in 2007 and 8. And even back then I figured, man, this is probably going to fade out in like a year or so. But man, it's done nothing but get even more.
Right.
We got some bands, we got 5 of the same tribute around town and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Crazy. I know. Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun for me as a musician to kind of relive some of those, the heroes that I grew up aspiring to play. Man, if somebody would have told me back when I was 17, 18 that I'd be playing like a Ted Nugent, a Rat tribute, when I was in 25, 30 years, I think it'd have been awesome, just that I would be able to play like that. And do it, So I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that, and people enjoy it, and I've got band members that really like doing it, and still have my original stuff. Like I said, I'll always have an original project going, because I do love writing and the whole aspect that goes into creating music with a group and then playing it, So definitely I appreciate everyone that supports all of those, the original projects, the people that come to relive, their youth, and the tributes. That's great too. It's all good.
Right.
I just love playing.
Right. You know that Rat is playing Wildflower.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
On Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
This coming Friday, I believe. I believe they're in the Friday lineup.
Yeah.
Either Friday or Saturday, but I think it's Friday. And then Quiet Riot, I think, is also Friday. But anyway, I thought Rat.
No, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Jordan Ziff is their guitar player now. Killer guy. Warren DeMartini also. But yeah, Jordan is a great guy. Marty Friedman's guitar player for the past I don't know how long, 4 or 5 years.
Right.
So
right.
Solid musicians. I hope Steven can keep his stuff together.
Yeah. Right.
The issue, but
right.
Still a great band from my youth.
Oh
like
yeah.
Awesome songs.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to Grand Funk Railroad, man.
Bruce Kulick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's on board with those guys.
Yeah, he's been with them since they did the reunion tour.
Oh yeah, it's been I think 18, 19 years.
Yeah, so that's a great. I'm glad that he's had a great gig since then.
Yeah,
he's a great player, really nice guy.
And those guys are solid. And they I guess it's a 10:15 show on Saturday, and I'm really looking forward to hearing them. But Grand Funk Railroad in the day, that was my favorite American band, where Led Zeppelin, was my favorite across the pond, I guess. But Grand Funk Railroad. When that first live album came out,
I have that on vinyl.
Dude, I was sold on them. It was amazing stuff. So
there's actually a really good Grand Funk tribute around here called Closer to Home.
Yeah.
Did a show with them, and it's like, man, I kind of forgot how awesome.
Yeah,
all these tunes were.
I had him on my show.
Okay.
Strokers, I think. When I was doing that show there, golly, trying to think of his name. Golly, I hope he's not watching. Anyway, but he's great. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And but I never have actually got to hear the whole band So I really need to make that happen. But Jimmy, we are so thankful that you had taken the time to come by this evening and chat with me. And you're a great guy. Besides the fact you're an amazing guitar player, and I know your students are like really blessed that you're the one that's teaching because you're just a good dude. So, but I appreciate your time, and I want you to commit bringing some of that original stuff to my Thursday show. We can get you on the schedule right away.
All right.
We probably got some openings in August, September.
Okay.
So we'll get you on that. Love for you to come out, and we'll talk about your original projects because we've never have done that.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
And I appreciate you, DC, all that you do for the local music scene and national too. And I love all your stories. You know, I got the podcast and you know the whole thing with your trip to Colorado, right? When you went to Nevada.
Kelly Garney
from Quiet Riot, original
Randy Rhodes,
right.
best friend. Yeah, right. And
great stuff, man.
And Quiet Riot's going to be at. I guess there's not an original. Well, the drummer.
He's the closest to the original.
He's the closest to the original,
yeah,
Frankie. Yeah, but I think they're playing Friday, so it'd be cool to see him. I won't be able to make it out on Friday, but it'd be cool to see him. But thank you again, Jimmy. Appreciate it, buddy. You just keep your seat, okay?
Right on.
You're not going anywhere.
Okay.
So, guys, I want you to be sure to check out my concert calendar on the Zoo.
The Zoo.
On Vocal.
It airs throughout the day, every freaking day, right here at vocalnow.com. My featured cigar segment is brought to you by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop, located in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. This is The Leaf. And I know it looks kind of wrinkly and kind of funky, but it's The Leaf by Oscar Valadares. This Honduran rolled cigar is wrapped in a raw tobacco leaf after it has been rolled. It has an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper over top a Honduran binder and long filler. It's an awesome cigar, and it's a little over medium bodied, rich, smooth, and balanced. The price point is $9.90. It's in your price range there, Bone.
It is.
So, absolutely.
Yeah, if it goes over $10,
You're out. You're out. You're bumming somebody else's
That's
at
right.
that point. I have got a pro tip that was actually emailed to me. And when you guys take your kids to the zoo, it's like, you know, you spend a lot of money getting in the zoo, and then you get to those cages, and like the animals just don't seem to want to come up to the, you know, they hide, run away. Well, what you're supposed to do is jangle your keys and make the animals think it's the keepers coming to feed them, and they'll come.
Good idea.
So jangle your key. Jingle your keys. Jingle, jangle your keys. And that might work for you next time you're at the Fort Worth or Dallas Zoo or whatever zoo you have. You know, San Antonio's got a pretty cool zoo. And so does, where was I in the zoo? St. Louis has a great zoo.
San Diego's got a really good
San Diego's got a great zoo.
on the side of the canyon.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool zoos. But the coolest zoo is right here at vocalnow.com. You can listen 24/7, 365 classic rock deep cuts, just like you did in the 70s.
Man, that was smooth.
Wasn't it?
That was
Pretty
seamless.
Seamless. We like seamless around here. If you guys have a life hack or a tip that helps you get through life, just email me here at dc@barsidejive.com. Sorry, guys. Sinus issue going on here. Oh, be sure you download the app, vocalnow.com. Download the app to your phone, and you can listen to the zoo, or you can watch Barside Jive, all of our content. You can watch all the other freaking content on the platform, including Brad freaking Sham. That's right, Alyssa. Brad freaking Sham. Let's see. BarsideJive.com is about everything DC, so go there, subscribe to my newsletter, check out my content, see where to go for more fun. And jingle jangle. My show today has also been brought to you by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable organic candle line and their natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie. HipandHippie.com. Want to thank Shasta, our floor crawler. Our photographer. She can be found at ShastaDeBellaPhotography.com, and she literally does crawl the floors here around all the cables trying to take photographs of all these amazing guests we have on this show, which could be you too, because you too can be a guest. And I want to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team, for their hard work. Thursday, we got a show Thursday live, 7:30 p.m. right here at Vocal Media Studios in Dallas. Juice is my guest. And the dickhead of the day goes out to all those drivers that think they're the only ones on the road that really matter. Oh, we can't. Yeah, I can.
You could play the.
I can play the song. Oh, no, I can't because Jay, I got some freaking log on screen. Oh, shit, we can't play the song. You just want to sing it? Dickhead, you are a dickhead. I forget the way the words go. I don't know.
Mercy.
Yeah, if you want to dedicate the dickhead song to someone you believe to be worthy, just email me, dc@barsidejive.com. And I think, anybody got anything? Raise your hand. I'm just shitting you. Okay, we're out of here. So, be kind to each other. Keep it real. Keep on rocking. See you next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Alyssa will be here, a new guest, and you, I hope. Keep on rocking. Right, Bone?
That's right, Bubba.
All right. Jimmy just getting all the attention over there, buddy.
Building and I was
Well, I do apologize.